3, 1-4. Do you have any questions whatsoever on any of them? Okay. Okay, gentlemen, you ready? You can't see my screen because I'm not presenting it. I've got a Google Meet up. I've got that recording, but now I got to remember that I got to turn on a projector and then turn on another laptop. And oh, my Lord. All right, here's the deal. Can you guys see mine yet? I need you guys to not talk unless you got a legitimate question. If you got a legitimate question, please ask. Can you see it yet? Is it cranked up enough? All right. Same thing that I always do. I'm going to start with turning off my grid snap, and I'm going to start by turning on my ortho. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box looking at 1-5. So that packet of 1-5. I'm going to draw a box. I go to rectangle. I choose the bottom left corner. I go to the other side, and I can give it dimensions and blah, blah, blah. And actually, I would do this in Inventor. I'm not going to do this in AutoCAD. I changed my mind. I'm going to go 6.3 to the right. I'm going to go vertical at, what is the distance from bottom to top on this part? You know what? I'm not even going to do what I was just going to do. I changed my mind as I'm rolling here. I'm going to offset. I'm going to offset up 3. The reason I'm going to offset up 3 is these are actually going to be center lines. And I can draw a line right here from there to there. That could be like my center lines for my left side, or that could be the outer extents of my part. I don't really care which one I run with, but what is the distance now? So this, looking at my screen, I have 2 horizontal that are 3 apart. I have a vertical line. So I'm going to call that my center lines. So I'm just going to make believe that I'm going to call it my center lines. What I can do is I could highlight these. I could change the layer. I could change the colors. I could do some things to it. I don't want to get into that until I have everybody here in front of me. Then I want to show you a little bit of a crash course in layers. Layers is very important, and that's why I want all of your eyes and ears and hands in this room when we do it. Okay, so I'm going to wait till Autumn's back, and I'm crossing my fingers that none of you guys are gone in the meantime for that. With that, what am I going to do next? Dylan, what do you think?
Find the center point of the circle.
Which circle?
4.
Okay, I have the 2 left ones. So this is going to be a circle, just so that you guys are kind of following me. That's going to be a circle. This is going to be a circle. Obviously, those 2 circles are too big, but those are going to be the 2 circles at the left. So I could do this right now. I could go 3.5. I went offset, 3.5. And I went from here over to the right. Now I can trim them off, and I use my trim command. Go like that, trim off the excess. Okay, there's my 4 small circles. I'm going to tell you right now, I always have students that want to do this. Those are 0.5 diameter. So what they do is, it says right now on the bottom, it says specify radius. Well, 0.5, so my radius would be 0.25. And I have students that want to draw all 4 of these first. I'm going to tell you that's going to be like the last thing that you're going to do, because all it's going to do is clutter up what you're working on. If your brain says that they got to be there, then gosh darn it, put them there. Here's what I want to show you. A couple commands that you haven't learned yet. This is the copy command. Okay? So, follow my bar down on the bottom. Copy select objects. Okay. I want that. I'm done selecting objects. I right click. What it says, specify base point or displacement mode, blah, blah, blah. I go like this. I grabbed it by the center. I should have probably zoomed up. I grabbed it by the center. I drag it over to there. I drag it down to here. I drag it over to there. I'm done. So I right clicked and I hit enter. There's my 4. How many times did I have to draw it? I drew it once. I copied it once. I was that much faster. I said not to do them, but I was just showing you the copy command, okay? But how it works, I went to copy. I selected my object. I selected the base point. My base point is the center. For circles, 9 times out of 10, you're going to choose that center, okay? Whenever you're done, you can hit erase or you can right click and hit enter. Dylan, you had something to ask?
So you just press enter, or do you have to?
I think you could press enter, in fact. Yeah. All right. Here's my 4 circles, but I don't want to draw them yet. What's the distance from that circle to the outside edge of my piece? Look at your plan. What?
Or whatever that is.
What's the distance? So what should my radius be right now for this arc? What's my distance from top to bottom, gentlemen? We don't know, right? Do we know? So do you mean to tell me that I just gave you a drawing that doesn't have enough information? I promise you that I didn't.
Oh, I know.
Hey, Dylan thinks he knows. We got
0.26. Oh, wait, I just did it.
all right. You're right. Now that microphone is picking up all that noise. Okay. All right. Well, guys, you should see there what I'm seeing here. What I'm doing here is the same thing. I got those 4. Those are going to be those 4 circles. Right down in the bottom left, it shows something like this, and it says like R.56, does it not? I'm not sure exactly, I don't remember exactly where it's listed, but something like that. So, what is that saying? That's saying that your distance from here to out here is 0.56. Distance from here to here, 0.56, right? Why did I make you do 1-2? Look back at 1-2. That's that miserable one of all tangent lines. Why do I make you do that one first? Plain and simply, so that then you learn what it means to be a radius. Radius gives you a distance away from something. So now I'm going to switch back and I'm going to project my screen again. And go from there. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go like this. My radius is 0.56. Boom. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to draw a line that connects straight through. You could do this a number of different ways, but I'm going to do something like that. From that point, I'm going to draw a line over. Then I have a distance from the center of this line to where it starts my angle up of 3.5. So I'm going to do, I got to move my little Google Meet bar here, but I'm going to go to offset. I'm going to go 3.5. I'm going to go over to the right. How do I draw an angle at 15 degrees? I want to go up at 15 degrees. How do I do it? Shift and less than 15. I hit enter. I go at whatever distance. Yep, that's good. Okay. Also from this point, I have a line now that intersects. That goes, notice everybody look at that drawing really close. Down, look for that 1.6. You see how that dimension goes 1.6 straight horizontal, right? It's not measuring it 1.6 up at an angle. Remember, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Well, this is measuring horizontally at 1.6, and I'm going to show you in a minute how that's important. Because here's the deal. I'll come back to that. I'm going to go to offset. I'm going to go 1.6. I'm going to punch that in. I'm going to grab this line. I'm going to go over. I'm going to trim this off. And actually, I can trim a bunch of stuff here. I can trim that, this, that. There we are. That's the bottom portion of mine all done. If I wanted to at this point, I could choose these as cutters and trim that off in all reality as well. I can extend this guy out to there if I wish. I could now trim that off. Something like so. Draw my line up my distance here. Whoa. I turned my ortho off. That's why it wasn't. That's why it was kind of screwy. So yeah, I could do that. So in essence, my left side's done. My bottom side is working on its way up. And my overall length of my part is how long? 6.3. So I can do offset 6.3. Grab this end, grab to there. Now, from here, I need to go up at an angle. I need to go up at an angle. What angle is that? $135, right? Ready? Let's go. I'm going to punch in shift, less than 135, hit enter. How am I doing? How's my line look? Why not? Jaden, what are you thinking? Jaden, you just said you're supposed to subtract 90 off of 145.
No, 180.
180 off of Okay? So you got to take 180 minus 135, and you're left with 45. You're wrong, but you got the right answer. And here's how. You should have started with 135 and subtracted 90. Remember when I showed you like a compass? That straight to the east is 0 degrees. Okay, straight to the east is 0. Straight up is 90. You guys see how this line is going straight up? Okay, that line's going vertical, so that's straight up. That's already at 90. So what it's got to do is it's got to come back 135 off of that. So really, here's what I want you to do. Add up 90 and 135 in your head. What do you get? What?
225.
225 is correct. Watch this. I'm going to hit shift. I'm going to hit less than 225er. Boom. 225 and 45 are exactly the same. Because of, if it goes up at a 45 this way, actually the way that I'm looking at, up at a 45 to the right or down at a 45 to the left, they're really the same angle. It's just which side of the origin is it on, and in essence is what's going on. So what's happening here is you go trim. And I would trim this off. I would trim that off. Erase this magic out of there. And there we are. Halfway done, almost. That's as far as I'm going right now. I'll let you struggle through that center area. I want you to pay attention to where the center lines are for that center area.